Hey everyone. So I'm releasing this video today because David by now has probably released his behind the scenes video. And he was not only the inspiration for me to write the music for, but also the inspiration to create this sort of video. And this isn't something I have done in the past, at least not in this way. And I hope you enjoy this particular format of focusing on the project and telling you a little bit about how it was done and the thinking process behind it. So Sauria's second movie was really a delight to write for. It was also a big challenge for me because I felt the theme for the movie resonated quite deeply with me. It's a very introspective movie. It's very thoughtful. It's very emotional. And it has a lot of empty spaces as well. I thought, like in that Japanese concept of emptiness, and I really love it. To be honest, it is an amazing movie, and it was an amazing experience for me to write music for it. And because I love it so much, I think it actually made it harder for me to make my mind regarding the direction I wanted to take with it. I started spotting the whole movie. It was David originally sent me the movie as he progressed with it. Initially, I have a concept. I was missing some sections of it. I really loved, by the way, I really loved working with it from the very beginning and having this back and forth with David. I mean, he's an amazing artist. I really think that he's an amazing artist. The way he approaches the whole movie making, the level of detail he goes into, and you have to consider he's just one guy doing it all. I mean, it's crazy. And I think he really outdid himself with this movie. So I started spotting, as I was saying, the movie in pieces, and I finally got to the full movie. While he was sending me this and I was making progress with it, I had a lot of back and forth with different ideas, and it took me a while to actually send anything to David. I started this spotting session by taking notes on paper and then on Dorico, which is a notation software I normally use for orchestration and writing. And when I finished the spotting session and I had every hit point in the movie, at some point I went back to paper and I started writing themes. And it actually, that part also took me a while, and I was thinking, okay, I want this to be very simple, and I was very undecided on the sounds I wanted for it. So I took notes. I had back and forth with David at this point. I think we shared some ideas. The father, the protagonist of the movie, gave me the impression of a very spiritual and sensitive character. So it was a very big change in rhythm compared to Blood for Blood, which, by the way, is Sauria's first movie, but if you're listening to this, you probably know that. So in Blood for Blood, we had Torox, and he was a very straightforward, aggressive, well, not so straightforward, he was quite complex by the end of it, but it's a different sort of character. He was more like Conan the Barbarian or more aggressive and simple in a way. But the father is more of a mystery, or at least I felt it that way. So it took me a while to write a theme for him, and in the end I also write a theme which sort of represents him and nature. And the whole movie has this concept of the helix, which I think is awesome. If you haven't find out already what I'm talking to, you need to go back to watch the movie again. But in the end, after trying different aesthetics and instruments ideas, I made my mind in favor of flutes, and specifically flutes from around the world. I felt flutes and wood sounds capture best the essence of the movie, the characters and the setting as well. I mean, most of the instruments I'm using, with the exception of course, I have full orchestra at different points. I have brass and strings, but the main protagonists are wooden percussion instruments and the flutes. And I guess the other protagonist for the first part of the movie in particular is silence. And that's another decision that took me a while to make, and that was another back and forth with David for months, where I told him I think I need more silence, and he completely agreed with me. And this was completely unlike Blood for Blood, where for that movie I found myself constantly trying to add more epicness and more aggression to the soundtrack. With this one, I actually wrote a lot of material which I ended up removing. So I found myself removing layers after layers of music and trying to find the minimum indispensable, the minimum necessary for conveying the storytelling or supporting the storytelling David prepared for the movie. And similarly, I think the father's life is also removal of layer after layer of. I mean, he seems to live a very simple life alone in the forest. So I thought that, I mean, from a philosophical point of view, it also made sense for the music to strive to be as minimalist as possible. So as I mentioned, there's a theme to the father, but it's not very melodic nor definite, although you can hear it again and again. It's very repetitive. There's other themes, some made a comeback from Blood for Blood, for example, the Taurox theme and the Blue Song theme as well. So again, in my mind, the whole theme represented nature, and I think the deep connection the father had with it. So I hope you enjoy the movie. I hope you enjoy the soundtrack. This sort of work is made possible by the amazing artist that David is. I mean, I really have to thank him again for the invitation to be part of Sauria. Writing these soundtracks has been a really highlight in my career as an artist. I really enjoyed it. So thanks to him, and also to my patrons and everyone who supports my work. The fact that I'm able to make a living out of it and keep getting better and releasing content and releasing music and sitting down every day to write music for you all is made possible by all the people who supports me. So thank you all, and see you in Sauria, I guess. Bye bye.